Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona where we lay our scene.
We're alumni, and we got a call from one of our big mentors at NEYT asking us to pitch some summer programming utilizing video to combat COVID-19.
What we ended up pitching was to shoot Romeo and Juliet like a movie over 4 days, running 3 cameras at the same time.
We wanted to do it this way because we didn't want to let COVID-19 back us into a corner. We wanted to use it as an opportunity to do something new. We wanted to do something better than Zoom and something that we could all be proud of.
We would be socially distanced, 6 feet apart wearing masks or 10 feet plus without masks. We would shoot the whole thing outside except for a few scenes in case of rain. Those would have to be small enough to sanitize the set between actors and circulate additional air during scene breaks. We would then use film trickery to make it seem like everybody was in the same space.
We would use a couple different techniques. Split screen, we would shoot everybody separately in a wide, stitching it together later, or cutting between close-ups where we would shoot people individually, alone on stage, and piece it all together to make it look like they were in the same space.
Luckily, our Romeo, Juliet, and nurse were in a kind of germ pod together, so they could share the stage, as well as our Mercutio with Benvolio.
Some parts of this production were definitely a logistical nightmare, as I'm sure a lot of the cast and crew can attest to, but we hope that as you watch this show, you begin to buy into the world of the film and forget that we were socially distanced and wearing masks for most of it.
We want to extend a big thank you to the whole cast who stuck with us through some really confusing times. Keep in mind, all these students are stage actors, and not only did we ask them to wrap their heads around some pretty advanced filmmaking techniques in almost no time, but we also asked them to perform without scene partners, a lot of times outside in the blazing hot summer sun in full Victorian clothing. The cast and crew really stayed gung-ho the whole time, even when we were throwing some really confusing stuff at them. We really could not have done this without everybody involved, so please stick around for the credits.
This time, the cast and the crew don't get to take a bow, so we wanted to take a moment just to say thank you.
Now, without further ado, please enjoy NEYT's 2020 COVID-19 edition of William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet.
From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean.
From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life,
whose misadventured piteous overthrows doth with their death bury their parents' strife.
The fearful passage of their death-marked love and the continuance of their parents' rage,
which, but their children's end naught could remove, is now the 2 hours traffic of our stage.
I strike quickly, being moved.
But thou art not quickly moved to strike.
A dog of the house of Montague moves me.
To move is to stir, and to be valiant is to stand. Therefore, if thou art moved, thou runst away.
A dog of that house shall move me to stand.
The quarrel is between our masters, and us, their men.
'Tis all one.
Draw thy tool. Here comes of the house of Montagues.
My naked weapon is out. Quarrel, I will back thee.
How? Turn thy back and run?
Fear me not.
No, marry, I fear thee.
Let us take the law of our sides. Let them begin.
I will frown as they pass by, and let them take it as they list.
Nay, as they dare. I will bite my thumb at them, which is disgrace to them if they bear it.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
No, sir. I do not bite my thumb at you, sir. But I bite my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir? No, sir.
But if you do, sir, I'm for you. I serve as good a man as you.
No better.
Well, sir.
Say better. Here comes one of my master's kinsmen.
Yes, better, sir.
You lie.
Draw, if you be men. Gregory, remember thy washing blow.
Part, fools! Put up your swords! You know not what you do!
What? Art thou drawn among these heartless hinds? Turn thee, Benvolio. Look upon thy death.
I do but keep the peace. Put up thy sword or manage it to part these men with me.
What? Drawn and talk of peace? I hate the word, as I hate hell, all Montagues, and thee. Have at thee, coward!
What noise is this? Give me my longsword, ho!
A crutch! Why call you for a sword?
My sword, I say. Old Montague is here and flourishes his blade in spite of me. Thou villain Capulet, hold me not, let me go.
Thou shalt not move 1 foot to strike a foe.
Rebellious subjects. Enemies to peace. Profaners of this neighbor-stained steel. Will they not hear? What ho! You men. You beasts. That quench the fire of your pernicious rage, with purple fountains issuing from your veins. On pain of torture from those bloody hands, throw your mistempered weapons to the ground and hear the sentence of your moved prince. 3 civil brawls, bred of an airy word, by thee, old Capulet and Montague, have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets, and made Verona's ancient citizens, cast by their grave beseeming ornaments, to wield old partisans in hands as old, cankered with peace to part your cankered hate. If ever you disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. For this time, all the rest depart away. You, Capulet, shall go along with me, and Montague, come you this afternoon to know our further pleasure in this case. To Old Freetown, our common judgment place. Once more, on pain of death, all men depart.
Oh, where is Romeo? Saw you him today? Right glad I am he was not at this fray.
Madam, an hour before the worship's sun peered forth the golden window of the east, a troubled mind drove me to Rock Abroad, where, under the grove of sycamore, so early walking did I see your son. Towards him I made, but he was ware of me, and stole into the covert of the wood. See where he comes. So please you step aside. I'll know his grievance, or much be denied. Good morrow, cousin.
Is the day so young?
But new struck 9.
Ay me, sad hours seem long. Is that my mother that went hence so fast?
It was. What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that, which having makes them short. Oh me, what fray was here? Yet, tell me not, for I have heard it all. Here's much to do with hate, but more with love. Farewell, my coz.
Soft! I will go along. And if you leave me, you do me wrong.
Tut! I have lost myself. I am not here. This is not Romeo. He's some other where.
Tell me in sadness, who is it that you love?
In sadness, cousin, I do love a woman.
I aim so near when I supposed you loved.
A right good marksman. And she's fair, my love.
A right fair mark, fair cuz, is soonest hit.
Well, in that hit you miss. Shall not be hit with Cupid's arrow. She hath Diane's wit. Oh, she is rich in beauty. Only poor that when she dies, with beauty dies her store.
Be ruled by me. Forget to think of her.
Oh, teach me how I should forget to think.
By giving liberty unto thine eyes. Examine other beauties.
Farewell. Thou canst not teach me to forget.
I'll pay that doctrine or else die in debt.
But Montague is bound as well as I in penalty alike, and 'tis not hard, I think, for men as old as we to keep the peace.
Of honorable reckoning are you both, and pity 'tis you've lived at odds for so long. But now, my lord, what say you to my suit?
But saying o'er what I hath said before, my child is but a stranger to the world. She hath not seen the change of 14 years. Let 2 more summers wither in their pride, ere we may think her ripe to be a bride.
Younger than she our happy mother's maid.
And too soon marred are those so early made. The earth hath swallowed all my hopes but she. She is the hopeful lady of my earth. But woo her, gentle Paris, win her heart. My will to her consent is but a part. Peter! Tonight I will hold an accustomed feast, whereto I have invited many a guest, such as I love, and you among the store, one more, most welcome, makes my number more. Come, go with me. Go, Sirrah, trudge about the streets of fair Verona and find out those persons whose names are written here, and tell them my house, and most welcome on their pleasure stay.
Find them out whose names are written here. It is written that the shoemaker should meddle with his yard, the tailor with his last, the fisher with his pencils, the painter with his nets. But I was sent to find out those persons whose names are here writ. Can never find what names the writing person hath here writ. I must to the learned in good time.
Tut, man! Take thou some new infection to the eye, and the rank poison of the old will die.
Oh, God give good Eden. I pray, sir, can you read?
I, mine own fortune and my misery.
Perhaps you learned it without book. But I pray, sir, can you read anything that you see?
Aye, if I know the letters in the language.
You say honestly. Rest you marry.
Stay, fellow. I can read. Signor Martino and his wife and daughters, County Anselme and his beauteous sisters, the lady widow of Vitruvio, Signor Placentio and his lovely nieces, Mercutio and his brother Valentine, mine uncle Capulet, his wife and daughters, my fair niece, Rosaline, and Livia, Signor Valencio and his cousin Tybalt, Lucio and the lively Helena. Fair assembly. Whither should they come?
Our house.
Whose house?
My master's.
Indeed, I should have asked thee that before.
Oh, now I'll tell you without asking. My master is the great, rich Capulet. And if you be not of the house of Montagues, I pray, come crush a cup of wine. Rest you merry.
At the same ancient feast of Capulets sups the fair Rosaline, whom thou so loves. With all the other admired beauties of Verona, go thither, and with unattainted eye compare her face with some that I shall show, and I will make thee think thy swan a goat.
One fairer than my love? The all-seeing sun ne'er saw her match since first the world begun.
Tut! You saw her fair, none else being by, herself poised with herself in either eye. But in that crystal scales let there be weighed your lady love against some other maid, that I shall show shining at this feast, and she shall scant show well that now seems best.
I will go along. No such sight to be shown, but to rejoice in splendor of mine own.
Nurse, where is my daughter? Call her forth to me.
Now by my maidenhead at 12-year-old, I bade her come. What lamb? What ladybird? God forbid, where is this girl? What? Juliet!
How now, who call?
Your mother?
Madam, I am here. What is your will?
This is the matter. Nurse, give leave a while. We must talk in secret. Nurse, come back again. I have remembered me. Thou see our counsel. Thou knowest my daughter's of a pretty age.
Faith, I can tell her age unto an hour. Thou was the prettiest babe that e'er I nursed. And I might live to see thee married once. I have my wish.
Mary. That, Mary, is the very theme I came to talk of. Tell me, daughter Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married?
It is an honor I dream not of.
An honor? Were I not thine only nurse, I would say that thou hadst sucked wisdom from thy teat.
Well, think of marriage now. Younger than you, here in Verona, ladies of esteem are made already mothers. By my count, I was your mother much upon these years that you are now a maid. Thus then, in brief, the valiant Paris seeks you for his love.
A man, young lady. Lady, such a man as all the world. Why, he's a man of wax.
Verona's summer hath not such a flower.
Nay, he's a flower, in faith, a very flower.
What say you? Can you love the gentleman? This night you shall behold him at our feast. Read o'er the volume of young Paris's face and find delight writ there with beauty's pen. This precious book of love, this unbound lover, to beautify him only lacks a cover. So shall you share all he doth possess, by having him making yourself no less.
No less? Nay, bigger. Women grow by men.
Speak briefly. Can you like of Paris's love?
I'll look to like, if looking liking move. But no more deep will I indart mine eye, than your consent give strength to make it fly.
Madam, the guests are come, supper served up. You called, my young lady asked for. I must hence to wait. I beseech thee, follow straight.
We follow thee. Juliet, the county stays.
Go, girl. Seek happy nights to happy days.
What? Shall this speech be spoke for our excuse, or shall we on without apology?
Let them measure us by what they will. We'll measure them a measure and be gone.
Not I, believe me. You have dancing shoes with nimble soles. I have a soul of lead, so stakes me to the ground I cannot move.
You are a lover. Borrow Cupid's wings and soar with them above a common bound.
I am to soar and pierced with his shaft. Under love's heavy burden do I sink.
And to sink in it, should you burden love.
Is love a tender thing? It is too rough.
If love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking, and you beat love down.
And we mean well going to this mask, but 'tis no wit to go.
Why, may one ask?
I dreamt a dream tonight.
And so did I.
Well, what was yours?
That dreamers often lie.
In bed asleep, while they do dream things true.
Oh, then I see Queen Mab hath been with you. She's the fairy's midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn by a little team of atomy o'er men's noses as they lie asleep, her spokes of long spinner's legs, her cover of the wings of grasshoppers, her traces of the smallest spider's web, her collars of the moonshine's watery beam, her whip of cricket's bone, the lash of film. And in this state, she gallops, night by night, through lovers' brains, and they dream of love.
Peace, peace, Mercutio, peace. Thou talks of nothing.
True. I talk of dreams, which are the children of an idle brain, begot of nothing but vain fantasy, which as thin a substance as the air, and more constant than the wind.
The wind you talk of blows us from ourselves. Supper is done, and we shall come too late.
I fear too early, for my mind misgives some consequences yet hanging in the stars shall bitterly begin his fearful date with this night's revels, and expire the term of a despised life closed in my breast by some vile forfeit of untimely death. But he that hath the steerage of my course direct my sail. Ah, musty gentlemen!
Strike! Drum!
Where's Peter that he helps not to take away? He shift a trencher, he scrape a trencher.
And good manners shall lie all in one or two men's hands, and they unwashed too. 'Tis a foul thing.
Aye, boy. Ready?
You are looked for and called for, asked for and sought for in the great chamber.
We cannot be here and there too. Cheerly, boys. Be brisk a while, and longer liver take all.
Welcome, gentlemen. Ah, my mistresses, which of you all will now deny to dance? Oh, welcome, gentlemen. I have seen a day when I have worn a visor and could tell a whispering tale in a fair lady's ear such as would please. 'Tis gone, 'tis gone, 'tis gone. You are welcome, gentlemen. Come, musicians, play.
What lady is that doth enrich the hand of yonder knight?
I know not, sir.
Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. It seems she hangs upon the cheek of night. Beauty too rich for use, her earth too dear. Did my heart love till now? Forswear it, sight, for I ne'er saw true beauty till this night.
This by his voice should be a Montague? Come hither covered with an antic face to fleer and scorn at our solemnity? Now by the stock and honor of my kin to strike him dead, I hold it not a sin.
Why, how now, kinsman? Wherefore storm you so?
Uncle, this is a Montague, our foe, a villain that is hither come in spite to scorn at our solemnity this night.
Young Romeo, is it?
'Tis he, that villain Romeo.
Content thee, gentle coz. Let him alone. Show a fair presence and put off these frowns, an ill-beseeming semblance for a feast.
It fits when such a villain is a guest. I'll not endure him.
He shall be endured. What, Goodman boy? I say he shall. Go to. Am I the master here, or you? Go to. You'll not endure him. God shall mend my soul. You'll make a mutiny among my guests. You will set cock-a-hoop. You'll be the man.
Why, uncle? 'Tis a shame.
Go to. Go to. You are a saucy boy. Is so, indeed. Be quiet, or... More light, more light. For shame I'll make you quiet. What? Cheerly, my heart.
I will withdraw, but this intrusion shall, now seeming sweet, convert to bitterest gall.
If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, the gentle sin is this: my lips, two blushing pilgrims, ready stand to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much, which mannerly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Have not saints lips and holy palmers too?
I, pilgrim, lips that they must use in prayer.
Oh then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. They pray. Grant thou lest faith turn to despair.
Saints, do not move. Though grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not, while my prayer's effect I take. Thus, from my lips by thine, my sin is purged.
Then have my lips the sin that they have took?
Sin from my lips? Oh, trespass sweetly urged! Give me my sin again!
You kiss by the book.
Madam, your mother craves a word with you.
What is her mother?
Marry, bachelor, her mother is the lady of the house, and a good lady, and a wise and a virtuous. I nursed her daughter that you talked withal. I tell you, he that can lay hold of her shall have the chinks.
Is she a Capulet? Oh, dear account! My life is my foe's debt!
Away, be gone! The sport is at the best!
Aye, so I fear. More is my unrest.
Nay, gentlemen, prepare not to be gone. We have a trifling foolish banquet towards.
Come hither, nurse. What is yon gentleman?
The son and heir of old Tiberio.
What's he that is now going out of door?
Mary, I think that be young Petruchio.
What's he that follows here, that would not dance?
I know not.
Go ask his name.
His name is Romeo, and a Montague, the only son of your great enemy.
My only love sprung from my only hate. Too early seen unknown, and known too late. Prodigious birth of love it is to me that I must love a loathed enemy.
What's this? What's this?
A rhyme I learned, even now, when I danced with all.
Anon, come. Let's away. The strangers are all gone.
Can I go forward when my heart is here? Stay back, dull earth, and find thy center out.
Romeo! My cousin! Romeo! Romeo!
He is a wise man, and on my life hath stolen him home to
He
bed.
ran this way and leapt this orchard wall. Romeo! Call, good Mercutio.
Nay, I'll conjure too. Romeo! Humors! Madman! Passion! Lover! Appear thou in the likeness of a sigh. He heareth not, he moveth not, he stirreth not. The ape is dead, and I must conjure him. I conjure thee, my Rosalind's bright eyes, by her high forehead and scarlet lip, by her fine foot, straight leg, and quivering thigh.
And if he hear thee, thou wilt anger him.
This cannot anger him. My invocation is fair and honest. In his mistress' name I conjure only but to raise him up.
Come. He hath hid himself among these trees to be consorted with the humorous night. His love is blind and best befits the dark.
If love be blind, love cannot hit the mark. Romeo, good night! All to my truckle bed, for this field bed is too cold for me to lie on. Come, shall we go?
Go, for 'tis in vain to seek him here that means not to be found.
He jests at scars that never felt a wound. But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. It is my lady, oh, it is my love, oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses. I shall answer it! I am too bold. 'Tis not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all the heaven, having some business, to entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek. Ay me, she speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father, and refuse thy name. Or, if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. What's Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose, by any other word would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, maintain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo, doff thy name, and for thy name which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I'll take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou that thus bescreened in night so stumblest on my counsel?
By a name, I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself because it is an enemy to thee. Had I it written, I would tear the word.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of thy tongue's uttering, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo and a Montague?
Neither, fair maid, of either thee dislike.
How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here.
With love's light wings did I o'erperch these walls. For stony limits cannot hold love out, and what love can do, that dares love attempt. Therefore thy kinsmen are no stop to me.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their eyes. And, but thou love me, let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate than death, prorogued, wanting of thy love.
Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. Yet if thou swearest, thou mayst prove false. O gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or, if thou think'st I am too quickly won, I'll frown, and be perverse, and say thee nay. So thou wilt woo, but else not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond.
By yonder blessed moon, I swear.
Oh, swear'st not by the moon, the inconstant moon, that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all. Or, if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the god of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee.
If my heart's dear love...
Sweet good night. This bud of love, by summer's ripening breath, may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Good night. Good night. May sweet repose and rest come to thy heart as that within my breast.
Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's fateful vow for mine.
I did give thee mine before thou didst request it, yet I would it were to give again.
Wouldst thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love?
But to be frank and give it thee again. Yet I wish but for the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea, my love as deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite.
Madam!
I hear some noise within. Love, adieu. Anon, good nurse. Sweet Montague, be true. Stay but a little, I will come again.
Oh, blessed, blessed night. I'm afeard it being night, all this is but a dream. Too flattering, sweet to be substantial.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If thy bent of love be honorable, thy purpose, marriage, send me word tomorrow, by one that I'll procure to come to thee, where and what time thou wilt perform the rite. And all my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world.
Madam,
I come anon. But if thou meanest not well, I do beseech thee. By and by I come! To cease thy strife and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow will I send.
So thrive my soul.
1,000 times good night. Romeo. Romeo.
My dear?
What o'clock shall I send to thee tomorrow?
By the hour of 9.
I will not fail. 'Tis 20 year till then. I have forgot why I did call thee back.
Let me stand here till thou remember it.
I shall forget to have thee still stand there, remembering how I love thy company.
And I'll still stay to have thee still forget, forgetting any other home but this.
'Tis almost morning. I would have thee gone, and yet no farther than a wanton's bird.
Would I were thy bird.
Sweet, so would I. And yet I should kill thee with much cherishing. Good night. Good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow, but I shall say good night till it be morrow.
The gray-eyed morn smiles on the frowning night, checkering the eastern clouds with streaks of light. Now, ere the sun advance his burning eye, the day to cheer and night's dank dew to dry, I must upfill this osier cage of ours with baleful weeds and precious juiced flowers. Oh, mickle is the powerful grace that lies in herbs, plants, stones, and their true qualities. For not so vile that on the earth doth live, but to the earth some special good doth give. Within the infant rind of this small flower, poison hath residence and medicine power. For this, being smelt, with that part cheers each part. Being tasted, stays all senses with the heart. Two such opposed kings encamp them still in men, as well as herbs. Grace and rude will, and where the worser is predominant, full soon the cankered death eats up the plant.
Good morrow, father.
Benedicite! What early tongue so sweet saluteth me? Young son, it argues a distempered head so soon to bid good morrow to thy bed. Therefore thy earliness doth me assure thou art uproused by some distemperature. Or if not, then here I hit it right. Our Romeo hath not been in bed tonight.
That last is true. The sweeter rest was mine.
God pardon sin! Wast thou with Rosaline?
With Rosaline, my ghostly father? No, I have forgot that name and that name's woe.
That's my good son. But where hast thou been then?
I'll tell thee ere thou ask it me again. I have been feasting with mine enemy, where on a sudden one hath wounded me.
Be plain, good son, and homely in thy drift. Riddling confession finds but riddling shrift.
Then plainly know my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet. As mine on hers, so hers is set on mine. And all combined, save what thou must combine by holy marriage. When and where and how we met, we wooed, and made exchange of vow, I'll tell thee as we pass. But this I pray, that thou consent to marry us today.
Holy Saint Francis! What a change is here! Is Rosaline, whom thou did love so dear, so soon forsaken? Young men's love then lies not truly in their hearts, but in their eyes. Lo, here upon thy cheek the stain doth sit of an old tear that is not washed off yet. And art thou changed? Pronounce this sentence then. Women may fall when there's no strength in men.
Thou chidest me oft for loving Rosaline.
For doting, not for loving, pupil mine.
I pray thee chide me not. Her I love now doth grace for grace and love for love allow. The other did not so.
But come, young waverer, come, go with me. In one respect I'll thy assistant be. For this alliance may so happy prove to turn your household's rancor to pure love.
Oh, let us hence! I stand on sudden haste!
Wisely and slow. They stumble that run fast.
Where the devil should this Romeo be? Came he not home tonight?
Not to his father's. I spoke with his man.
Ah, that same pale, hard-hearted wench. That Rosaline torments him so that he will sure run mad.
Tybalt, the kinsman to old Capulet, hath sent a letter to his father's house.
A challenge. On my life.
Romeo will answer it.
Any man that can write may answer a letter.
Nay, he will answer the letter's master. How he dares being dared.
Alas, poor Romeo, he is already dead. Stab of the white wench's black eye, run through the ear with a love song, the very pin of his heart cleft by the blind bow-boy's butt shaft. And is he a man to encounter Tybalt?
Why, what is Tybalt?
Oh, more than a prince of cats, I can assure you. He is the courageous captain of compliments. He fights as you sing prick song. He keeps time, distance, and proportion. He rests his minimum rest, 1, 2, and the third in your breast. He's a duelist, a gentleman of the first house for the first and second cause. Ah, the amore passado, the punto reverso, the hey!
The what?
The pox of such antics, lisping, affecting phantasmes. These new tuners of accent. By Jesu, a very good blade.
Here comes Romeo! Here comes Romeo!
Signor Romeo, bonjour. There's a French salutation to your French slop. You gave us the counterfeit fairly last night.
Good morrow to you both. What counterfeit did I give you?
The slip, sir, the slip. Can you not conceive?
Pardon, good Mercutio. My business was great. In such a case as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
Ah, now isn't this better than groaning for love? Now art thou sociable. Now art thou Romeo. Now art thou what thou art, for art as well as by nature. For this driveling love is like a great natural that.
Stop there! Stop there.
Thou desirest me to stop in my tale?
Here's goodly gear. A sail! A sail!
Two, a shirt and a smock.
Good morrow to you, gentlemen.
God you goodeen, good gentlewoman.
Is it goodeen?
'Tis no less, I tell you, for now the body hand of the dial is upon the prick of noon.
Out upon you! What a man are you?
One gentlewoman that God hath made himself to mar.
By my troth, it is well said, for himself to mar, quoth he. Gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I may find the young Romeo? If you be he, sir, I desire some confidence with you.
She will indict him to some supper.
A bod, a bod, a bod! So ho! Romeo, will you to your father's? Will to dinner thither.
I will follow you.
Farewell, ancient lady. Farewell, lady. Lady. Lady.
I pray you, sir, what saucy merchant was this that was so full of his ropery?
Gentleman, nurse, that loves to hear himself talk, will speak more in a minute than he will stand to in a month.
And if he speak anything against me again, I'll take him down. And if he were lustier than he was, and 20 such jacks. And if I cannot, I'll find those that shall. Scurvy knave, I am none of his flirt gills. I am none of his skein mates. And you should stand by too, and suffer every knave to use me at his pleasure.
I saw no man use you at his pleasure. If I had, my weapon should quickly have been out. I warrant you I dare draw as soon as another man, if I see occasion in a good quarrel, and the law on my side.
Now before God I am so vexed that every part about me quivers. Scurvy knave! Pray you, sir, a word. And as I told you, my young lady bid me inquire you out. What she bid me say, I will keep to myself. But first, if you should lead her into a fool's paradise, as they say, it were a very gross kind of behavior, as they say. For the gentlewoman is young, and therefore, if you should deal double with her, truly, it were an ill thing to be offered to any gentlewoman, and very weak dealing.
Nurse, commend me to thy lady and mistress. I protest unto thee.
Good heart, and in faith I will tell her as much. Lord, Lord, she will be a joyful woman.
Thou dost not mark me.
I will tell her, sir, that you do protest, which, as I take it, is a gentlemanlike effort.
Bid her devise some means to come to Shrift this afternoon, where she shall at Friar Lawrence' cell be shrived and married. Here's for thy pains.
Truly, sir, not a penny.
Go to, I say you shall.
This afternoon, sir? Well, she shall be there.
And stay, good nurse, behind the abbey wall. Within this hour my man will be with thee, and bring thee cords made like a tackled stair, which to the high top gallant of my joy must be my convoy and the secret night. Farewell. Be trusty, and I'll quit thy pains. Farewell. Commend me to thy lady.
God rest you, sir. Hark you, sir.
What sayest thou, my dear nurse?
Well, my mistress is the sweetest lady. Lord, she was a little prating thing. Oh, there's a nobleman in town, one Paris, that would fain lay knife aboard. But she, good soul, had as lief see a toad, a very toad, as see him. I anger her sometimes and tell her that Paris is the properer man. But I'll warrant you, when I do so, she looks as pale as any clout in the versal world. Doth not Rosemary and Romeo begin both with a letter?
Aye, what of that? Both with an R.
Mucker, that's the dog's name. No, R is for the... No, I know it begins with some other letter. And she hath the prettiest sententious of it. Of you and Rosemary, that it would do you good to hear it.
Commend me to thy lady.
Aye, 1,000 times. Peter!
Anon!
Before and apace!
The clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. In half an hour she promised to return. Perchance she cannot meet with him. Oh, that's not so. Oh, she is lame. Love's herald should be thoughts. Had she affections and warm, youthful blood, she would be as swift in motion as a ball. My words would bandy her to my sweet love, and his to me. But old folks, many feign as they were dead, unwieldy, slow, heavy, and pale as lead. Oh, God, she comes. Oh, honey nurse, what news? Hast thou met with him? Oh, Lord, why lookest thou sad? Though news be sad, yet tell them merrily.
I am aweary. Give me leave a while. Fie, how my bones ache. What a jaunt have I.
I wouldst thou had my bones and I thy news. Nay, come, I pray thee, speak. Good nurse, speak.
Jesu, what haste! Can you not stay a while? Do you not see that I am out of breath?
How art thou out of breath when thou hast breath to say to me that thou art out of breath? Sweet nurse, tell me what says my love.
Your love says, like an honest gentleman, and a courteous, and a kind, and a handsome, and I warrant a virtuous. Where is your mother?
Where is my mother? Why, she is within. Where should she be? How oddly thou repliest. Your love says, like an honest gentleman, where is your mother?
Oh, God's lady dear, are you so hot? Mary, come up, I trow. Is this the poultice for my aching bones? Henceforward, do your messages yourself.
Oh, here's such a coil. Come, what says Romeo?
Have you got leave to go to Shrift today?
I have.
Then hie you hence to Friar Lawrence' cell. There stays a husband to make you a wife. Now comes the wanton blood in your cheeks. They'll be scarlet straight at any news. Hie you hence. I must another way to fetch a ladder by the which your love must climb a bird's nest soon when it is dark.
Oh, hie to high fortune, honest nurse, farewell.
So smile the heavens upon this holy act, that after hours with sorrow chide us not.
Amen. Amen. But come what sorrow can, it cannot countervail the exchange of joy one short minute gives me in her sight.
These violent delights have violent ends, and in their triumph die like fire and powder, which as they kiss consume. Therefore, Love moderately. Long love doth so. Too swift arrives as tardy as too slow. Here comes the lady.
Good even to my ghostly confessor.
Romeo shall thank thee, daughter, for us both.
Ah, Juliet, if the measure of thy joy be heaped like mine, and that thy skill be more to blazon it, then sweeten with thy breath this neighbor air.
Oh, they are but beggars that can count their worth. But my true love has grown to such excess, I cannot sum up half my wealth.
Come with me, and we will make short work. For by your leaves you shall not be alone, till Holy Church incorporate 2 in 1.
I pray thee, good Mercutio, let's retire. The day is hot, the capitals are abroad, and if we meet, we shall not escape a brawl. For now, these hot days is mad blood stirring.
Thou art like one of these fellows that when he enters the confines of a tavern, claps me his sword upon the table and said, God send me no need of thee. And by the operation of the second cup draws him on the drawer when indeed there is no need.
Am I like such a fellow?
Thou wilt quarrel with a man for having a hair more or a hair less in his beard than thou hast. Thou wilt quarrel with a man for cracking nuts, having no other reason than thou hast hazel eyes. And yet, thou wilt tutor me for quarreling.
And were I so apt to quarrel as thou art, any man should buy my life for the fee simple of 1 hour and a quarter.
Oh, the fee simple, simple.
By my head. Here comes the Capulets.
By my heel, I care not.
Follow me close, for I will speak to them. Gentlemen, Goodeen, a word with one of you?
And but one word with one of us? Why not couple it with something? Make it a word and a blow.
You shall find me apt enough to that, sir. And you will give me occasion.
Can you not take some occasion without giving?
Mercutio, thou consortest with Romeo.
Consort? What? Dost thou make us minstrels? And to make minstrels of us look to hear nothing but discords. Here's my fiddlestick. Here's that shall make you dance. Zoons, consort!
We talk here in the public haunt of men. Either withdraw into some place private, or reason coldly of your grievances, or else depart. Here all eyes gaze on us.
Men's eyes were made to look, and let them gaze. I will not budge for no man's pleasure eye.
Well, peace be with you, sir. Here comes my man.
And I'll be hanged, sir, if he were your livery.
Romeo, the love I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the reason I have to love thee doth much excuse the appertaining rage to such a greeting. Villain am I none. Therefore farewell. I see thou knowest me not.
Boy, this shall not excuse the injuries that thou hast done me. Therefore turn and draw.
I do protest I never injured thee, but do love thee better than thou canst devise till thou shalt know the reason of my love. And so, good Capulet, whose name I tender as dearly as mine own, be satisfied.
Oh, come, dishonorable, vile submission! Alisticato carries it away. Tybalt, you rat-catcher, will you walk?
And what wouldst thou have with me?
Oh, good king of cats, nothing but one of your 9 lives, which I shall use to make bold here withal. And, as you shall use me hereafter, do I beat the rest of the 8. Will you pluck your sword out of its pilcher by the ears? Make haste, lest mine be about your ears ere it be out.
I am for you.
Come, sir, your passado.
Chop and Folio beat down their weapons! Gentlemen, for shame, forbear this outrage! Tybalt! Mercutio! The prince expressly hath forbid this
standing in Verona streets!
Hold! Tybalt! Good! Mercutio!
Away, Tybalt!
Oh, I am hurt! A plague of both your houses I am sped! Is he gone and hath nothing?
What art thou hurt?
Aye, a scratch, but 'tis enough. Where is my page? Go, villain, fetch a surgeon!
Courage, man! The hurt cannot be much!
Oh, it is not as deep as a well, nor as wide as a church door, but Mary, 'tis enough, 'twill serve. Ask for me tomorrow, and you shall find me a great man. A plague of both your houses! Zoons, a dog, a rat, a mouse, a cat, to scratch a man to death! Why the devil came you between us?
I thought all for the best!
Help me into some house, Benvolio, or I shall faint. They have made worms meat of me. I have it, and soundly too. Your husband!
Romeo, brave Mercutio is dead. The gallant spirit hath aspired the clouds, which too untimely did scorn the earth.
This day's black fate on more days doth depend. This but begins the woe others must end.
Here comes the furious Tybalt back again.
Alive in triumph, and Mercutio slain. Away to heaven, respective lenity, and fire-eyed fury be my conduct now. Now, Tybalt, take back that villain that thou late gavest me. For Mercutio's soul is but a little ways above our heads, staying for thine to keep him company. Either thou, or I, or both, must go with him.
Thou wretched boy that didst consort, shout with him hence.
This shall determine that.
Stand not amazed! The prince will doom thee death if thou art taken. Hence away, be gone!
I am Fortune's fool.
Why dost thou stay?
Which way ran he that killed Mercutio? Tybalt, that murderer, which way ran he?
There lies that Tybalt.
Where are the vile beginners of this fray?
O noble prince, I can discover all. The unlucky manage of this fatal brawl. There lies the man slain by young Romeo, who slew thy kinsman, good Mercutio.
Tybalt! My cousin! Oh, my brother's child! Oh, prince! Oh, cousin, husband! Oh, the blood is spilled of my dear kinsman! Prince, as thou art true, for blood of ours shed blood of Montague! Oh, cousin! Cousin!
Benvolio, who began this bloody fray?
Tybalt, here slain, whom Romeo's hand did slay. Romeo who spoke him fair, bid him bethink how nice the quarrel was, and urged with all your high displeasure.
He is a kinsman to the Montague! Affection makes him false, he speaks not true. I beg for justice, which thou, prince, must give. Romeo slew Tybalt, Romeo must not live!
Romeo slew him, he slew Mercutio. Who now the price of his dear blood doth owe?
Not Romeo, Prince. It was Mercutio's friend whose fault doth conclude what the law should end the life of Tybalt.
And for that offense immediately we do exile him hence. Let Romeo hence in haste, else when he is found, that hour is his last. Bear hence this body and attend our will. Mercy but murders, pardoning those that kill.
Come, night. Come, Romeo. Come, thou day in night, for thou wilt lie upon the wings of night, whiter than new snow upon a raven's back. Come, gentle night. Come, loving, black-browed night. Give me my Romeo. And when I shall die, take him and cut him out in little stars, and he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night.
Aye! The chords.
Ay me, what news? Why dost thou wring thy hands?
Alack the day he's dead. He's dead, he's dead. Alack the day he's gone. He's killed, he's dead.
What devil art thou that dost torment me thus?
I saw the wound. I saw it with mine own eyes. Oh, Tybalt, the best friend I ever had. Oh, courteous Tybalt, honest gentleman, that ever I should live to see thee dead.
What storm is this that blows so contrary?
Tybalt is gone, and Romeo banished. Romeo that killed him, he is banished.
Oh God, did Romeo's hand shed Tybalt's blood?
It did, alas the day it did. Shame come to Romeo.
Oh, blistered be thy tongue for such a wish. He was not born to shame.
Will you speak well of him that killed your cousin?
That villain cousin would have killed my husband. Tybalt is dead, and Romeo banished. That banished, that one word banished, hath slain 10,000 Tybalts. Tybalt's death was woe enough if it had ended there. But Romeo is banished. Where is my father and my mother, nurse?
Weeping and wailing over Tybalt's corse. Will you go to them? I will bring you thither.
Wash they his wounds with tears? Mine shall be spent when theirs are dry for Romeo's banishment. Take up those cords. Poor ropes, you are beguiled, both you and I, for Romeo is exiled. Come, cords. Come, nurse. I'll to my wedding bed, and death, not Romeo, take my maidenhead.
I'll find Romeo to comfort you. I wot well where he is. Hark you, your Romeo will be here at night. I'll to him. He is hid at Lauren's cell.
Oh, find him. Give this ring to my true knight, and bid him come to take his last farewell.
Father, what news? What is the prince's doom?
A gentler judgment hath vanished from his lips, not body's death, but body's banishment.
Banishment. Be merciful! Say death! For exile hath more terror in his look, much more than death. Do not say banishment.
Hence from Verona art thou banished. Be patient, for the world is broad and wide.
There is no world without Verona walls, but purgatory, torture, hell itself!
Oh, deadly sin! Oh, rude unthankfulness! This is dear mercy, and thou seest it not.
'Tis torture and not mercy. Heaven is here, where Juliet lives, and every cat and dog and little mouse, every unworthy thing live here in heaven and may look on her. But Romeo may not. Oh, tell me, friar, how hast thou the heart, being a divine, a ghostly confessor, a sin absolver, and my friend professed, to mangle me with that word banished?
Madman! Hear me a little speak.
Oh, thou wilt speak again of banishment.
I'll give the armor to keep off that word. Adversity's sweet milk philosophy to comfort thee though thou art banished.
Yet banished! Hang up, philosophy! Thou canst not speak of that thou dost not feel! Wert thou as young as I, Juliet thy love, an hour but married, Tybalt, murderer, doting like me, and like me, banished. Then mightst thou speak, then mightst thou tear thy hair and fall upon the ground as I do now, taking the measure of an unmade grave.
Arise, one knocks! Good Romeo, hide thyself! Who knocks so hard? Whence come you? What's your will?
Let me come in, and you shall know my errand. I come from Lady Juliet. Oh, holy friar. Oh, tell me, holy friar, where's my lady's lord? Where's Romeo?
There on the ground, by his own tears made drunk.
Even so lies she. Stand up. Stand up. Stand and you be a man. For Juliet's sake, for her sake, rise and stand. Why should you fall into such deep an oh?
Nurse.
Ah, sir. Ah, sir, death's the end of all.
Spakest thou of Juliet? How is it with her? Doth not she think me an old murderer? Where is she, and how doth she? And what says my concealed lady to our cancelled love?
Oh, she says nothing, sir, but weeps, and Tybalt calls, and then on Romeo cries.
As if that name did murder her. Oh, tell me, friar, tell me! In what vile part of this anatomy doth my name lodge? Tell me that I may sack the hateful mansion!
Hold thy desperate hand! Thou hast amazed me. I thought thy disposition better tempered. Hast thou slain Tybalt? Wilt thou slay thyself and slay thy lady that in thy life lives by doing damned hate upon thyself? What roused thee, man? Thy Juliet is alive. There art thou happy. Tybalt would kill thee, but thou slewest Tybalt. There art thou happy. The law that threatened death becomes thy friend and turns it to exile. There art thou happy. A pack of blessings light upon thy back. Ascend her chamber, hence and comfort her, but look thou stay not till the watch is set, for then thou canst not pass to Mantua, where thou shalt live, till we can find a time to blaze your marriage, reconcile your friends, beg pardon of the prince, and call thee back with 200,000 times more joy than thou went forth in lamentation. Go before, nurse, commend me to thy lady, and bid her hasten all the house to bed, which heavy sorrow makes them apt unto. Romeo is coming.
Oh, Lord, I could have stayed here all night to hear good counsel. Oh, what learning is. My lord, I'll tell my lady you will come. Hie you, make haste, for it grows very late.
Things have fallen out, sir, so unluckily that we have had no chance to move our daughter. Look you, she loved her kinsman Tybalt dearly, and so did I.
These times of woe afford no time to woo.
I will make a desperate tender for my child's love. I think she will be ruled in all respects by me. Wife, go you to her ere you go to bed. Acquaint her here of my son Paris' love, and bid her, mark you me, on Wednesday next. But soft, what day is this?
Monday, my lord.
Monday. Well, Wednesday is too soon. On Thursday, let it be. On Thursday, tell her she shall be married to this noble earl. But what say you to Thursday?
My lord, I would that Thursday were tomorrow.
Go to Juliet ere you go to bed, and prepare her against this wedding day. Farewell, my lord. Light to my chamber, ho! It is so late that we may call it early by and by. Good night.
Wilt thou be gone? It is not yet near day. It was the nightingale, and not the lark, that pierced the fearful hollow of thine ear.
It was the lark, the herald of the morn, no nightingale. Look, love, night's candles are burnt out, and Jocund Day stands tiptoe on the misty mountaintops. I must be gone and live or stay and die.
Yond light is not daylight. I know it I. Therefore stay yet. Thou needst not to be gone.
Let me be ta'en. Let me be put to death. I am content so thou wilt have it so. I'll say yon gray is not the morning's eye, nor that is not the lark whose notes do beat the vaulty heavens so high above our heads. I have more care to stay than will to go. Come, death, and welcome, Juliet wills it so.
It is, hie hence, away, be gone. It is the lark that sings so out of tune, straining harsh discords and unpleasing sharps. Some say the lark makes sweet division. This doth not so, for she divideth us. Oh, be gone now. More light and light it grows.
More light and light, more dark and dark our woes.
Madam.
Nurse?
Your lady mother is coming to your chamber. The day is broke. Be wary. Look about.
Window, let day in and let life out.
Farewell. Farewell. One kiss and I'll descend.
Art thou gone so? Love, Lord, husband, friend. I must hear from thee every day in the hour, for in a minute there are many days. Oh, by this count I shall be much in years ere I again behold my Romeo.
I will omit no opportunity to convey my greetings, love, to thee.
Oh, thinkest thou we shall ever meet again?
I doubt it not, and all these woes shall serve as sweet discourses in our times to come.
Oh God! Adieu! Adieu!
Oh, daughter, are you up?
How now, who calls? It is my lady mother. Is she not down so late or up so early? What unaccustomed cause procures her hither?
Why, how now, Juliet?
Madam, I am not well.
Evermore weeping for your cousin's death? What, wilt thou wash him from his grave with tears?
Yet let me weep for such a feeling loss.
Well, girl, thou weepst not so much for his death, as that the villain lives which slaughtered him.
What villain, madam?
That same villain, Romeo, the traitor murderer, lives.
Aye, madam, from the reach of these my hands.
We will have vengeance for it, fear thou not. Then weep no more. I'll send to one in Mantua, where that same banished runagate doth live, shall give him such an unaccustomed dram that he shall soon keep Tybalt company. And then, I hope, thou wilt be satisfied.
Indeed, I never shall be satisfied with Romeo, till I can behold him dead. Is my poor heart so for a kinsman vexed? Oh, how my heart abhors to hear him named and cannot go to him, to wreak the love I bore my cousin on his body that hath slaughtered him.
But now I'll tell thee joyful tidings, girl.
And joy comes well in such a needy time.
Well, well, thou hast a careful father, child, one who, to put thee from thy heaviness, hath sorted out a sudden day of joy, that thou expectst not, nor I look not for.
Madam, in happy time, what day is that?
Marry, my child. Early next Thursday morn, the county parish at St. Peter's Church shall happily make thee there a joyful bride.
Now by St. Peter's Church and Peter too, he shall not make me there a joyful bride.
Here comes your father. Tell him so yourself, and see how he will take it at your hands.
How now, wife? Have you delivered to her our decree?
Aye, sir, but she will none. She gives you thanks. I would the fool were married to her grave.
How will she none? Does she not give us thanks? Is she not proud? Does she not count her blessed, unworthy as she is, that we have wrought her so worthy a gentleman to be her bride?
Not proud you have, but thankful that you have. Proud can I never be of what I hate, but thankful even for hate that is meant love.
How? Chopped logic? What is this? Proud, and I thank you, and I thank you not, and yet not proud? Mistress minion you, thank me no thankings, nor proud me no prouds, but fettle your fine joints 'gainst Thursday next to go to St. Peter's Church, or I will drag you on a hurdle thither. Out, you green sickness carrion! Out, you baggage, you tallow face!
Fie, what? Are you mad?
Good father, I do beseech you on my knees. Hear me with patience, but speak a word.
Hang thee, young baggage, disobedient wretch! I tell thee what, get thee to a church on Thursday, or never after look me in my face. Speak not, reply not, do not answer me, my fingers itch.
God in heaven bless her! You are to blame, my lord, to rate her so.
And why, my lady wisdom? Hold your tongue. Good Prudence, smatter with your gossips, go.
May not one speak?
Peace, you mumbling fool!
You are too hot!
God's bread, it makes me mad! Thursday is near. Lay hand on heart, advise. An you be mine, I'll give you to my friend. An you be not, hang, beg, starve, die in the streets, for by my soul I'll ne'er acknowledge thee, nor what is mine shall never do thee good. Trust to it, but thinks you I'll not be forsworn.
Oh, sweet my mother, cast me not away. Delay this marriage for a month, a week, or if you do not, make the bridal bed in that dim monument where Tybalt lies.
Talk not to me, for I'll not speak a word. Do as thou wilt, for I have done with thee.
Oh God. Oh nurse, how shall this be prevented? What sayest thou? Hast thou not a word of joy? Some comfort, nurse.
Faith, here it is. Romeo is banished. Then, since the case so stands as now it doth, I think it best that you married with the county. Oh, he's a lovely gentleman. I think you'll be happy in this second match, for it excels your first. Or if it did not, your first is dead, or 'twere as good as he were, as living here, and you no use of him.
Speakest thou from thy heart?
And from my soul too. I'll beshrew them both.
Well, thou hast comforted me marvelous much. Go in and tell my lady mother I am gone, having displeased my father, to Lawrence's cell, to make confession and to be absolved.
Mary, I will. This is wisely done.
Ancient damnation, O most wicked fiend! O counselor, thou and my bosom henceforth shall be twain. I'll to the friar to know his remedy. If all else fail, myself have power to die. Oh, come weep with me. Past hope, past care, past help.
Oh, Juliet, I already know thy grief.
If in thy wisdom thou canst give no remedy, do but call my resolution wise, and with this knife I'll help it presently.
Hold, daughter. I do spy a kind of hope. If rather than to marry County Paris thou hast the strength of will to slay thyself, then is it likely thou wilt undertake a thing like death to chide away this shame. And if thou darest, I'll give thee remedy.
Oh, bid me leap rather than marry Paris from off the battlements of any tower, or bid me go into a new-made grave and hide with a dead man in his shroud.
Hold, then. Go home. Be merry. Give consent to marry Paris. Wednesday is tomorrow. Tomorrow night look thou lie alone. Let not the nurse lie with thee in thy chamber. Take thou this vial, being then in bed, and this distilling liquor drink thou off, when presently through all thy veins shall run a cold and drowsy humor. No pulse shall keep his native progress but surcease. No warmth, no breath shall testify thy livest. And in this borrowed likeness of shrunk death thou shalt continue 42 hours, and then awake, as from a pleasant sleep. In the meantime, against thou shalt awake, shall Romeo by my letters know our drift, and hither shall he come, and he and I will watch thy waking, and that very night shall Romeo bear thee hence to Mantua.
Oh, give me, tell me naught of fear.
Hold, get you gone, be strong and prosperous in this resolve. I will send a friar with speed to Mantua with my letters to thy lord.
Farewell, dear father. Aye, those attires are best. But, gentle nurse, I pray thee leave me to myself tonight, for I have need of many orisons to move the heavens to smile upon my state, which, well thou knowest, is cross and full of sin. Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. I have a faint, cold fear thrills through my veins that almost freezes up the heat of life. I shall call her back again to comfort me. Nurse! What shall she do here? My dismal scene, I needs must act alone. Come, vial. What if this mixture do not work at all? Shall I be married then tomorrow morning? No. No. This shall forbid it. Lie thou there. How if, when I am laid into the tomb, I should wake before my Romeo come to redeem me? There's a fearful point. Oh, if I wake, shall I not be distraught, environed with all these hideous fears, and madly play with my forefather's joints, and pluck the mangled Tybalt from his shroud? Oh, look, methinks I see my cousin's ghost, seeking out Romeo that did skewer his body upon a rapier's point. Stay, Tybalt, stay! Romeo. Romeo. Here's drink. I drink to thee.
Mistress? What mistress? Juliet? Why, lamb? Why, lady? Fie, you slug a bed. What love I say? Madam, sweetheart, why, bride? What, not a word? I must needs wake you. Lady? Lady? Lady?
Alas! Alas! Help! Help! My lady's dead! Oh, where a day that ever I was born! Some aqua viteo! My lord, my lady!
What noise is here?
Oh, lamentable day!
What is the matter?
Look! Look! Oh, heavy day!
Oh, me, my child, my only life! Revive! Look up, or I will die with thee! Help! Help! Call help!
For shame, bring Juliet forth, her lord is come.
She's dead! Deceased, she's dead! Alack the day!
Alack the day! She's dead! She's dead! She's dead!
Ha, let me see her. Out, alas, she's cold. Her blood is settled and her joints are stiff. Life and these lips have long been separated. Death lies on her like an untimely frost upon the sweetest flower in all the field.
Oh, lamentable day!
Oh, woeful time!
Death that hath taken her hence to make me wail ties up my tongue and will not let me speak.
Come, is the bride ready to go to church?
Ready to go, but never to return. O son, the night before thy wedding day hath death lain with thy wife. There she lies, flower as she was.
Have I thought long to see this morning face? And doth it give me such a sight as this?
Accursed, unhappy, wretched, hateful day! Oh, most miserable hour that e'er time saw!
Oh, woeful, woeful, woeful day! Most lamentable day, most woeful day that ever I did yet behold! Oh day, oh day, oh day, oh hateful day!
Beguiled, divorced, wronged, spited, slain! Oh love, oh life!
Oh child, uncomfortable time, why camest thou now? Oh child, my soul and not my child! Alas, my child is dead, and with my child my joys are buried.
Peace! Oh, for shame! Confusion's cure lives not in these confusions.
All things that we have ordained festival, change them to the contrary.
Sir, go you in. Madam, go with him. And go, Sir Paris. Everyone prepare to follow this fair course unto her grave.
If I may trust the flattering truth of sleep, my dreams presage some joyful news at hand. My bosom's Lord sits lightly in his throne, and all this day an unaccustomed spirit lifts me above the ground with cheerful thoughts. I dreamt my lady came and found me dead, and breathed such life with kisses in my lips that I revived and was an emperor. Ah me, how
How sweet is love itself possessed, but love's shadows are so rich in joy. News from Verona! How now, Balthazar? Dost thou not bring me letters from the friar? How doth my lady? For nothing can be ill if she be well.
Then she is well, and nothing can be ill. Her body sleeps in Capel's monument, and her immortal part with angels lives. I saw her laid low in her kindred's vault, and presently took post to tell it you. Oh, pardon me for bringing these ill news.
Is it e'en so? Then I defy you, stars! Get me ink and paper, and hire post horses. I will hence tonight.
I do beseech you, sir, have patience. Your looks are pale and wild, and do import some misadventure.
Tush, thou art deceived. Leave me, and do the thing I bid thee do. Hast thou no letters to me from the friar?
No, my good lord.
No matter. Get thee gone, and hire those horses. I will be with thee straight. Well, Juliet, I will lie with thee tonight. Let's see for means. Oh, mischief! Thou art swift to enter in the thoughts of a desperate man. What ho, apothecary!
Who calls so loud?
Come hither, man. I see that thou art poor. Hold. There's 40 ducats. Let me have a dram of poison. Such soon speeding gears will disperse itself through all the veins.
Such mortal drugs I have, but Mantua's law is death to any he that utters them.
Art thou so bare and full of wretchedness and fearest to die? Famine is in thy cheeks. Need and oppression starveth in thy eyes. Contempt and beggary hangs upon thy back. The world is not thy friend, nor the world's law. The world affords no law to make thee rich. Then be not poor, but break it, and take this.
My poverty, but not my will, consents.
I pay thy poverty and not thy will.
Put this in any liquid thing you will and drink it off. If you had the strength of 20 men, we'll dispatch you straight.
Holy Franciscan Friar, Brother Ho!
This same should be the voice of Friar John. Welcome from Mantua, it says Romeo.
Going to find a barefoot brother out. One of our order to associate me there in Mantua visiting the sick. And finding him, the searchers of the town, suspecting that we were both in a house where the infectious pestilence did reign, sealed up the doors and would not let us forth, so that my speed to Mantua there was stayed.
Who bare my letter then to Romeo?
I could not send it. Here it is again.
Unhappy fortune! By my brotherhood, the letter was not nice, but full of charge, and the neglecting it may do much danger. Friar John, go hence, get an iron crow, and bring it straight unto my cell.
Brother, I'll go and bring it thee.
Now I must to the monument alone. Within this 3 hour will fair Juliet wake. She will beshrew me much that Romeo hath had no notice of these accidents. But I will write again to Mantua, and keep her at my cell till Romeo come. Poor living corpse closed in a dead man's tomb.
Give me thy torch, boy. Hence, and stand aloof. Under yon yew trees lay thee all along. Whistle then to me, as a signal if thou hearest something. Give me those flowers. Go, do as I bid thee. Sweet flower, with flowers thy bridal bed I strew. What cursed foot wanders this way tonight? Muffle me, knight, a while.
Hold. Take this letter. Early in the morning see thou deliver it to my lord and father.
I will be gone, sir, not trouble you.
So shalt thou show me friendship. Live and be prosperous. And farewell, good fellow.
All this same I'll hide me here about. His looks I fear, and his intents I doubt.
This is that banished haughty Montague that murdered my love's cousin. I will apprehend him. Stop! Thy unhallowed toil, vile Montague! Condemned villain, I do apprehend thee.
Good, gentle youth, tempt not a desperate man. Fly hence and leave me. Oh, be gone! By heaven, I love thee better than myself, for I come hither armed against myself.
I do apprehend thee for a felon here.
Wilt thou provoke me? Then have at thee, boy!
Oh Lord, they fight! I will go call the watch.
Oh, my love! My wife! Death that hath sucked the honey of thy breath hath had no power yet upon thy beauty. Dear Juliet, why art thou yet so fair? Shall I believe that unsubstantial death is amorous? And that the lean, abhorred monster keeps thee here and dark to be his paramour? For fear of that, I still will stay with thee, and never from this palace of dim night depart again. Here will I remain, with worms that are my chambermaids. Eyes, look your last. Arms, take your last embrace. And lips, oh, you the doors of breath, seal with a righteous kiss. A dateless bargain to engrossing death. Here's to my love. Oh, true apothecary! Thy drugs are quick! Thus, with the kiss, I die.
Saint Francis be my speed! How oft tonight have my old feet stumbled at graves. Fear comes upon me. Oh, much I fear some ill, unthrifty thing. Ugh! Ugh! Romeo! Alack, Romeo! Oh, hail! What blood is this? Who else? What bearest too and steeped in blood? What an unkind hour. The lady stirs.
O comfortable friar, I do remember well where I should be. And there I am. Where's my Romeo?
I hear some noise! Lady, come from this nest of death, contagion, and unnatural sleep. A greater power than we can contradict have thwarted our intents. Come away. The watch is coming. Come, good Juliet. I dare no longer stay.
Go! Get thee hence, for I will not away. What's here? Poison, I see, hath been his timeless end. The churl drunk all. I will kiss thy lips. Haply some poison yet doth hang on them. Thy lips are warm.
Lead, boy, which way?
Yea, noise? Then I'll be brief. Oh, happy dagger, this is thy sheath. There rest, and let me die.
What misadventure is so early up that calls our person from our morning rest?
What should it be that is so shrieked abroad?
Oh, the people in the street cry Romeo, some Juliet, and some Paris, and all run with open outcry toward our monument.
What fear is this which startles in our ears?
Here lies the County Paris slain, and Romeo dead, and Juliet dead before, warm and new killed.
Search, seek, and know how this foul murder comes.
Oh, heavens! Oh, wife, see how our daughter bleeds!
Oh, me! This sight of death is as a bell that warns.
Come, Montague, for thou art early up to see thy son and heir now early down.
Alas, my liege, what further woe conspires against mine age?
Look, and thou shalt see.
O thou untaught! What manners is this, in pressing before thy father to a grave?
Seal up the mouth of outrage for a while, till we can clear these ambiguities, and know their spring, their head, their true descent. Bring forth the parties of suspicion.
I am the greatest, able to do the least, yet most suspected, as the time and place doth make against me of this direful murder. And here I stand, both to impeach and purge, myself condemned.
Where be these enemies? Capulet, Montague, see what a scourge is laid upon your hate, that heaven finds means to kill your joys with love. And I, for winking at your discords too, have lost a brace of kinsmen. All are punished.
O brother Montague, take my hand. This will be my daughter's jointure, for I have no more demands. But I can give thee more, for I can build a statue of pure gold, and as long as Verona is known by that name, all figures that are rated at such a set shall not be higher than that of Juliet. As rich shall Romeo's by his ladies lie, poor sacrifices from our enmity.
A glooming peace this morning with it brings. The sun for sorrow will not show his head. Go hence to have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned, and some punished. For never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.